Ork Bases. I've painted some orcs on stream a while ago and they needed some bases. So I went through my bits box and found some cool pieces. Built these. Now let's paint them up. Here's one of those orcs, just so I know where to place them when I get them all done. As you see right here, I'm going to stand right in the middle of this base. So most of these I'm going to be painting using a number 10 flat brush. So first up, we're going to go with some Balthazar Gold Lead Belcher from Citadel Paint. Lead Belcher is going to be first. Heavy dry brushing. Little wet, dry, whatever you want to call it. While still wet, we're going to get some more. We're going to get some Balthazar Gold. Wipe some off. And do some random slashes. Giving it some rust. Don't overdo it. Don't want to overdo it. As you see right here, I'm just slapping it right in. Starting to look good. Dropping down some of that light so you can actually see all that rust. And on one of these, I'm going to add some Death Guard green to give it more like a tarnish look. Tarnish of copper. Copper that's been tarnished. So here we go. We're just going to slap it right in there. Doing kind of like a stippling swipe motion. Just doing some random slashes. As you can see, you can tell the difference. Now it's perfect time to use some cheap paints. First up, we're going to use some burnt umber, some lemonade, and some dolphin gray. So we're going to go with the burnt umber first, which is pretty much a dark brown. Load your brush up and do a wet dry brush. And we're going to work on this little barrier right here. Next, we're going to get some of this lemonade, put it down on the little wet palette. Take a little bit, and we're gonna mix that burnt umber to make like a grayish brown, kind of like an old wood, you know. Here we go. Now this is a dry brush right here. Just makes a nice little mid-tone for the highlights. Nice little transition. Now we're going to go with some dolphin gray for the highlights. And this is going to be a dry brush. Just the tops. As you see right here, we're just hitting just the tops. Where the light would be hitting the most. Now on to the rocks. With some stoneware blue. We're going to do the old wet dry brush again. A little bit more wet than normal. We're going to get all these stones and rocks just to split up the rocks from the gravel. So you can actually see the detail in it. I'm going to do this with all of these bases. And now I'm going to add a little bit of white just to give a little highlight, as you see right here. Just before we do our washes, just to give it a little bit more dimension. We're going to do a little bit on the gravel as well. Not too much though. Slapping it right in here. Here's what they look like right here. See, I'm just taking a little bit of that white, just dry brushing over the stones, because everything's going to get a wash to mute everything down. And this is what they look like before the wash game. They look pretty good. But we're gonna make some instant detailing right here. Turn down the light so you guys can actually see it. Alright, now we're gonna go with some Balthazar gold for all the little connections. Like the little straps on these little beams here. I feel like it would be like an old, like, copper look. That's what it looks like. Boom. It's looking pretty good. Now we're going to go to some lead Belcher for all the nails. Just dotting all those little nails, spikes, little doodads. Alright, so now we're going to go to some skeleton bone for all the wrappings, all the rope, whatever you want to call it. Locking those right in. It's looking pretty good. Now we're going to go with some Dragon Fire Red for the little panel of steel on the bottom right corner. Then I did 2 thin coats. Locking that right in. Boom. Starting to come to life. Alright, so now it's on to the wash game. And first up, it's Shadow Wash, which is pretty much just a black wash. Now let's hit all the rocks. And we're going to be really just aggressive with it. Smashing it right in there. Moving it around. Letting it puddle, wiping a little bit away. Here's what one looks like right now. Now we're going to use some strong tone, which is a dark brown. And we're going to hit all the wood pieces on this little barrier right here. being a little aggressive. And now you can see that it made everything marry together. Once it's dry, it'll actually look a little bit better. Doing the same thing with this little burnt tree, broken tree, little stump, whatever the hell it is. Zoom out, because now here comes the red tone, which I'm going to be using to wash all the gravel pieces and the dirt to give it a more like a Mars feel, like a red earth. Smashing it all in there. Let's see what they all look together. Let's see what they look like now. If you like these videos and tutorials, hit that subscribe button and the bell, and you'll get notified when I upload new videos.